Hi, welcome to Orchids with Barney, and today I want to feature this very aptly named. This is Cattleya George Baldwin Prolific, and you can see it is prolific. It's got 4 inflorescences, 3 of which are open at the same time. So this one's just opened. You can see the paler flower colour and it will darken in time. And there's one just here. You can see there's 3 flowers emerging, which is going to flower obviously much later to add a bit more interest. It's currently early November, so it's autumn flowering plant. Just going to spin it around without damaging the leaves too much. There we go. So you can see it's got 3 blooms on each inflorescence apart from this one back here, which only has 2. And it creates an amazing floral display. Now you can see these flowers open a little bit later than the first inflorescence. You can see how the dorsal sepal on this is really recurved on these first ones to open, and then it's not quite so recurved on the latter inflorescence to open. Hopefully on the others it won't be as well. So you can see it's not necessarily like an awardable Cattleya because of that recurved dorsal sepal, but nonetheless I actually really like it. I think it's got more of a sort of species look to it than the sort of big flat-faced ones. So overall I'm really happy because it is so prolific, and the flowers are held at a decent height above the leaves, so they're not sort of nestled down amongst the leaves. I really like that in the Cattleya, and they're a pretty good size. Not huge, and they're about 5 inches across, but I actually really like maybe 5.5 inches. I like the slightly smaller than the ginormous flowers, and they're held up and they're on sturdy stems, and there's a lot to recommend it as a Cattleya. And it does have a nice fragrance, not super strong. It's not the floofy candy-like floral fragrance of many Cattleyas. It's more of a sort of, I don't know, it doesn't have a sweetness in it. Hard to describe. Anyway, I quite like it, but not one I'd recommend for sort of a super fragrant plant. But it's got beautiful lip. Love the coloration in here. It's not yellowy really. It's sort of more of a cream sort of color, which I quite like. And yeah, overall really beautiful. But again, like so many Cattleyas, I haven't got sunshine right now, but the petals do sparkle a bit in the sun. So a really recommendable autumn flowering Cattleya. This is George Baldwin Prolific. Easy to grow. You can see I'm growing in hydro, leca, the clay balls, which are just pure clay balls, which I find for mature Cattleyas, they do really well in for me. So I definitely recommend that. What I really like about this particular cultivar, I can see it's got perhaps 2 new growths here that might develop, another one there. This growth is from much further back. This grew this summer, and that's from way further back on the plant. So I really like Cattleyas that are willing to sort of bulk up quickly and create these really great specimens fairly fast. Whereas so you get some varieties of Cattleya that just determinedly produce like 1 new growth from the newest pseudobulb, and that's it, which is a bit frustrating because they don't sort of form a wonderful specimen in time. But anyway, so this is Cattleya George Baldwin Prolific. Highly recommendable if you can get hold of it. Nice fragrance, not super strong, but beautiful flowers. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching.